Good evening, everyone. The Punching Pastor coming to you live on July the 8th, 2013, here in Good Hope, Georgia. And wanted to talk to you all tonight a little bit about drive. What is our drive? And are we driven by emotion or are we driven by character? In recent studies, and a man that I greatly respect and follow, John C. Maxwell, leader in our industry, I heard him say something very profound. The greatest gap in life is the one between knowing and doing, knowing and doing. And, several things come to mind when he said that. Definitely things like taking out the trash. Are we going to take that trash out right away when we see the trash at a level that it needs to go out and go outside to be picked up by the trash man? Or are we going to allow that trash to continue to pile up and we push it down farther, until we compact it, and finally, I've done this before, we break the bag and have a bigger mess than if we had just done the right thing in the first place. Several other things. Maybe our wives or our loved ones are nagging us to get outside and go cut the grass or rake the leaves and make the yard look good, but we tend to have excuses as men and say, honey, we'll get to that later. And then another 3 days, we'll get to that later. I'm busy right now. And then 2 weeks come along and the grass is up to our knees and we pretty much need a bush hog to cut the grass. And those things could have been avoided if we had done the right thing in the first place and followed through with what we knew was right. It comes to mind in business for me. Am I going to do what I need to do? Am I going to cut a video today? Or am I going to go out and pass samples for my Sozo coffee business? Am I going to go out and meet my fellow friend for lunch and keep an appointment with him? Am I going to do these things, or am I going to procrastinate and say that I'll do them later and just watch my business die? Or am I going to go out there and do the right thing, pass out those samples, get on the phone, go meet people, talk to people, and do the right thing and the things that I must do to cause my business to grow? And that's where emotion and character come into play. Life would be easier and success would definitely be more simple if all it took to achieve was to know the right things to do and to decide to do them, right? But I think it's a lot more deeper than that. It's only the decision to do the right thing is only one part of the problem, one part of the equation, if you will. The other is discipline. Pretty much decision making can only help us start, while discipline help us to finish. Definitely. That's where character comes in. Emotion might drive us to make a decision, but character is what keeps us going even when times get tough. Character keeps us going when it looks like everything is falling out from under you. When your resources aren't available like they were before. If you've run out of money or you've run out of time, that's where character finds a way. Character finds a way to get things done no matter what the problem is that you face. I'd like to read to you a list again from the man John C. Maxwell, great man, profound speaker, motivational speaker of great conviction, also a pastor. He made a list, and I'd like to read that to you now. And here's what he said. In developing the leader within you, he wrote some differences between character-driven and emotion-driven people. Character-driven people do the right thing and then feel good. Emotion-driven people feel good and then do right. Character-driven people are commitment-driven. Emotion-driven people are convenience-driven. Character-driven people make principle-based decisions, while emotion-driven people make popular decisions. Character-driven people let action control attitude, while emotion-driven people let attitude control action. Character-driven people believe it, then see it. Emotion-driven people see it, then believe it. Does that sound familiar? It does to me. Character-driven people create momentum, while emotion-driven people wait for momentum. Character-driven people ask, what are my responsibilities? While emotion-driven people ask, what are my rights? Character-driven people continue when problems arise, while emotion-driven people quit when problems arise. Character-driven people are steady, while the emotion-driven people are moody. And finally, character-driven people are leaders, while emotionally driven people are followers. I'd also like to read a verse to you. And this verse actually lines up with what we're talking about here with drive. 1 Peter 5:8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." Now, folks, life is not going to hand us a victory. Life is not going to hand us an opportunity, but when opportunities do arise, are we going to do the right thing to make the best of that opportunity, or are we going to let opportunities pass us by and die, only to see opportunities become less and less prevalent in our own lives? You know, people like to help someone that will follow through with a task. People are more apt to join your team when they see that you're driven. You don't necessarily have to be making more money than everybody else. You don't have to be more successful than everybody else, but success will come when you stay driven. Let's make sure that we're honing our character and building our character into one that causes us to cross the finish line victoriously. And anytime you cross the finish line, you are victorious. So guys, gals, everybody, I hope that blessed you tonight. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and look forward to seeing you soon. God bless.